Or what? Sure. Oh yeah. I come here in my grade, like I was like 60, swear. Like, really? That's whenever like right now. Like currently? First slide, first slide. Like what slide we're on or what? No, I'm on the same slide, man. Like, y'all just, hey, it's just like, you know. Okay, so we are talking about scale factor right now. How to find scale factor. Okay, when you have two similar figures and you have your original and then you have a new shape, and the scale factor, it says right here, is the ratio of corresponding sides in a figure. So if you have two shapes, so say I have a square right here and a larger square, and it tells you that they are similar figures, which again means corresponding angles, but proportional sides. The sides aren't going to be the same, but they're proportional, which means they follow a ratio or a scale factor. So we're going to be finding that scale factor. Okay, and we do that by taking the old, okay, or original. So you're going to type in original over, actually, you know what? Let me swap that. I said that wrong. It's going to be new over original. So new will be on top. Original. Okay, we'll go on the bottom. Okay, for figures to be similar, they must have the same ratio or scale factor. So new over original. And we'll talk about what that new over original actually means. So make sure you type that in there so you have it. Okay, so first I do rectangle GHIJ is enlarged to form rectangle LM or KLMN. Okay, so it is enlarged. So if your original shape, which would be this first one here, is enlarged, is your original one going to be the smaller or the larger shape? The smaller one, right? So what I want y'all to do is drag those words over there. Okay, so our original is going to be our smaller shape because it says it's being enlarged. So that means our new one has to be the bigger shape. Okay. So we're going to label those on a piece. If we're doing this on like a note piece of paper, y'all will label your shapes, original and new, O or N. Okay, and then we are going to set up our proportion. Okay, to find scale factor, we have to set up a proportion. Okay, so we are going to, the first part is what we did on our last slide. It'll be new over original. Okay, y'all can just type that in. N over O. Okay, and we still will need to stack up our letters. Okay, we're always going to stack up our letters so that we know what side is corresponding, just so we can make sure. Okay, let's stack them up. Okay, the thing with scale factor. Okay, you only have to do one side. Okay, so we've got KL. So you can you can pick the side that you want to start with. Okay, so we're starting with our new. Okay, because new's on top. Let's start with KL. So I'm going to put KL right here. And then what is the value of KL? 20. It's 20. Okay, and then what is looking at our stacked letters over here, what is the corresponding side to KL? It's GH. Okay, so GH will go here. And 5 will be our value for GH, and then we'll just divide it out. Which number? This one? Why? Okay, so because we're starting with new, so that means we go to our new shape, and you can use either one of these. It doesn't matter. Okay, either one, any side that has a value, because you need a value, right? So you could have used 10, and we'll do 10 here in a minute just to show that you'll get the same thing no matter what. Okay. So what is 20 divided by 5? It's 4. Okay. So that means these two shapes, it has a scale factor of 4. To go from this shape to this shape being enlarged, it has a scale factor of 4. Okay. And so just to show y'all what would happen if we had used the other two sides. Okay. So we're going to go N over O. Okay. And this other side is KN. So that would have been 10 for our new. And GH was 2.5. Okay. You divide those, that also equals 4. So either way, whichever side you start with, you just have to make sure you use the corresponding side in the other shape. That's the biggest thing. There you go. Okay. What do you mean? Remember, with scale factor, if your scale factor, so this number right here, 4, okay, is larger than 1, so any number greater than 1, that means the shape is getting larger, okay? So like right here, this is our original shape, and with the scale factor of 4, it gave us this shape, okay? It got larger, okay? Any number, it doesn't matter the number, any number greater than 1, the shape will be getting bigger. Any number between 0 and 1, okay? So any number between 0 or 1, which would be a fraction that has a smaller number on top, okay? Or a decimal between 0 and 1, that number or that shape will be getting smaller. So if the original was here and we had a number between 0 and 1, then it would be getting smaller, okay? Just something to remember. So if you'd gotten to the end of this and you had a number that was between 0 and 1, you should know that you did something wrong because we know that this was being enlarged. So it should be greater than 1. If it was 1, it would just be this exact same image. Huh? Wow. It's quiet. You're right. What's your question? Yeah, I'm looking. Okay. All right. Any questions, guys? Other than Carson's. What are you doing? Yeah. Okay, so you got to read. Cameron, come sit down. You got to read what this says. So this says triangle ABC. Okay, so let's go ahead and stack them up. A, B, C. Oops. ABC. Okay, over ADE. Okay, so that means this is our original. Because it says triangle ABC is reduced. So that means it started at ABC and then it is reduced to this one. So this is going to be our new shape. Okay, this one is a little trickier because how the shapes are set up. Okay, ABC is your larger one, as you can see. So ABC is A, B, and C. Okay, and then you can see it's reduced to this smaller shape right here, ADE. Okay, so whenever we are looking at the sides, we're going to have to add up some sides and stuff, but we'll get to that in a second. So we're going to do, let's start our proportion. Okay, so that's going to be new over old. Okay, so based on what I just told you a second ago about larger than 1, between 0 and 1, what should our answer be? Because it's being reduced, what does reduce mean? It means getting smaller. So our shape is getting smaller. So what should our answer be between? 0 and 1. Okay, so the answer we get right here should be between 0 and 1. Let's see if it is. Okay, if it's not, that means we did something wrong. If it's greater than 1, that means the triangle should be getting bigger. So let's check it out. So we need to pick a side starting with ABC. Okay, so looking at our larger shape. Okay, let's pick a side. I don't care. Someone tell me a side. You did what? AB? Okay, so let's do AB. Okay, what is the... Oh, you're right. You're right. Look at you. That is right. So it would be 80. Okay. Ooh, yes, because the new over old. Okay. So you're following this. New over old. So that means you have to do new shape first. So our new shape is ADE. Okay. So we're doing ADE. What is the length for AD? It is 6. Okay. So now we go up to our stacked letters. What is corresponding to AD? AB. Okay. What is the length of AB? Okay. It's not 6. It's 12. There you go. Okay, this is where this one could get tricky. Okay, you just had to think about it. It has 6 for AD. From A to D is 6, and then from D to B is 6, but we need this whole length. So we would just add the two together. That gives us 12. Perfect. Okay, so now the last part, we've got 6 over 12. So basically, we just need to reduce this. So this is where you type this in your calculators. So 6 divided by 12, what does that equal? 0.5. Okay, 1/2 or 0.5. Okay, is our number between 1 and 0? Yes, it is. Okay, that means we got it right. No, no, it could be any decimal between 1 and 0. Millions. All right. Any questions online? You guys, you all right? You'll just follow the steps. Stack your letters up. Stack your letters up. Set up your proportion correctly, and it's very simple. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Sorry. Okay, so use a proportion to determine missing side length of a figure. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. So this is going to be somewhat familiar or similar to what we did yesterday. Okay, the first thing we will do is stack up our letters. It always is when we're dealing with similar figures. Okay, so we got trapezoid. A, B, C, D is similar to trapezoid Q, R, S, T. Okay, stack them up. We want to know what the side length is of RS. Okay, so RS is right here. That is our missing side length. Okay, So we need to, if you notice, we've got two side links over here. Okay, we've got BC and AD. And then over here we have QT and we need RS. Okay, so let's start with shape number one, shape number two. So shape number one, give me one of the sides. I don't care which one. One of the ones that has a length to it. AD, okay, what is the value of AD? 1.7. Okay, so this is going to be AD. I'm just going to write it on top so we can see it. That's AD. Okay, now looking at, and this will be shape number one. So like I said yesterday, okay, whatever shape we put on top first, that has to be the shape all the way across. So this needs to be shape one all the way across. Okay, so only measurements that are coming from shape one all the way across here. And then same thing for down here. This will be shape number two. So if that's the case, we need to find AD. We need to find what corresponds with AD. So here's AD. What is it? QT. Okay, so QT will go here. And what is the value of QT? 5.1. Okay, so that's the first part of our proportion. So make sure you're typing that in there. Okay, now, again, because we started with shape number one, on the top, that's what we have to go back to. So BC is our second side with a measurement, and that measurement is 2.8. Okay, corresponding to BC is RS. Perfect. That's the one we are looking for. Okay, that is where our X will go. Then what is our last step? Cross multiply and divide. Okay, so remember, with our proportions, that's what we'll do. We'll cross multiply and divide when we're missing something. Okay, so we have our proportion set up. We'll cross multiply. What did you get? 14.28. Okay, when you multiply these two numbers, and remember, you're always multiplying across, okay, like an X. So whichever, you can't do it this way because that's an X. You can't multiply times X. Okay, so whatever your two numbers are that you can multiply across, that's what you multiply, and then you divide by your third number. So what do we get when we divide? Oh, is that what you got? Yeah, whenever you divide 14.28 divided by 1.7. Perfect. Okay, so we get 8.4. You can make another text box so you can type your answer in there. Just create one. All right, any questions? Questions? Okay, I think we have, how many more we have? 1, 2, oh, we just got one more. Okay, so y'all work on this one. This is another missing side. So remember, first thing you do is stack your letters. Okay, stack your letters. This one is a little bit trickier, so just make sure you read the question. Correct. That is, yeah, the perimeter is all the outsides added up together. Okay, so this is kind of tricky because it says the perimeter, so it doesn't have actually give you what JI or GI is. Okay, but if you know the perimeter is 40, 15 plus 15 equals 30, 40 minus 30 would be 10. That would go here. Okay, so then you can use that one because whatever one you're looking for, you have to have the corresponding value to be able to find it. Thank you. Okay, so two similar triangles are similar. So we're looking at our shape here. Okay, G corresponding to G through J. J would go below that. H, K, and I, and L. Okay, so we stack them up. Okay. Now, it's telling us we want to find the length of JL, which is right there. Okay, so we need to set up our proportion. Okay, so we're going to put shape number 1 here, shape number 2 here. So we need, the thing is that we're trying to find JL. Okay, so what is corresponding to JL? Okay, here's J. What's corresponding to J? G corresponding to LS. So we have to have GI in our proportion. Okay, but right now we don't have a value for GI. Okay, but it tells us that the perimeter is 40 centimeters. Okay, you know what perimeter is? Okay, so perimeter is the value of all your sides added together. So it's telling us that side plus that side equals, or plus that side equals 40. Okay. So, in order to find that missing side, we would need to add 15. 15 plus 15. Okay, plus this missing side needs to equal 40. Okay, so we can add that up. That's 30. Okay, and then we'll subtract 40 minus 30 equals 10. Okay, so that's that missing side. Is everybody kind of struggling with this one? This one's kind of tricky.
I got it, I think.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do this one. Because this one's kind of tricky. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one because it is kind of tricky. So it says the perimeter. Hold on, let me make sure I'm unmuted. Yeah. Okay, the perimeter of triangle GHI. So that's going to be our first one, GHI. I'm going to go ahead and list that out. GHI, okay, is 40 centimeters. If both triangles are similar, so it's telling us that these two are similar triangles, then what is the length of JL? So this is the one we are looking for right here, okay? But in order to find the value of this, correct, you got to know the value of the corresponding line, okay? So we have to find this first. Let me go ahead and stack the letters up. It doesn't tell us our letters, all the other letters in the problem, but we can look. GHI corresponding to that would be JKL. Okay, so I'm going to go at JKL. Okay, so we need to find this one first. Okay, perimeter. Someone tell me what perimeter is. Okay, it's all your side lengths added up. Okay, on your shape. So we've got 15 plus 15 plus this other side. Oops. Don't look. All right. Plus this side that we don't know right here need to add up to be 40. Okay, so these two, what is 15 plus 15? 30 plus x is equal to 40. Okay, how do we solve for x? Other way. 30 minus 40. Or no, you said it right. 30 minus 40. We need to subtract 30 over. Okay, which would give us x is equal to 10. Okay, so solve a little equation. Y'all know how to do that. Okay, so that means this is going to be equal to 10. Now we can set up our proportion because we have all the sides that we need. Okay, we only have to use one of these two sides, but let's start with GI because we know we have to use that one. Okay, so GI right here is 10. Okay, corresponding to GI is JL. We don't know the value of JL. That's the one we were looking for. Okay, so that's going to be our X. Okay, then we're going back to shape number 1. You can pick either one of these sides. It doesn't matter. GH, perfect. Okay, we got GH, and that is 15. Corresponding to GH is JK. That is where, which is 10. Okay, that is where that'll go. Okay, is everybody good here? I need y'all paying attention up here. Because like I said, this one is confusing. I want y'all to actually know what's going on, not just me go through it and y'all not listen. So, are we following? Okay. So, we have our proportion set up. Now we'll just cross multiply. 10 times 10 is 100. Divided by 15, what do we get? 6.6. You did do it on the calculator? Make sure that's right. 6.6. Okay. That's probably actually, yeah, that's probably right. Okay, we get 6.6 repeating. Okay, so that would be our missing side right here. That is our missing side. Okay. So what you did was you used these two sides, and all you did was like find this. Because you did GH, so that would be 15. It's corresponding to 10, which is 10. And then you use this side, okay, which is 15. So basically, you were acting like this was the missing side, okay, and that's where you got 10. So you set it up correctly, but you just didn't set it up for the missing side. Whatever your missing side is, which was this one, you has to be in your proportion. And that corresponding side also has to be in your proportion, okay? Okay, so y'all got about 10 minutes maybe, or 8 or 10 minutes to do the exit ticket. So go ahead and start working on that. Take your time. Ask questions, because I still think a few of us are a little confused on what to do. Let me help you. Okay, if you have questions, let me know. Okay, and you can take it more than once, so do good on it. You guys online, if you have any questions, type them in the chat. I'll help you out.